Hi everyone, I'm Varsha Vijay.
Hi, I'm Pooja Khatwani.
I'm Akshay Thora.
Hi everyone, I'm Ankur Agrawal.
Hello everyone, I am Mohammad Hashim Ali.
Hello, I am Analika Roy.
Hello, I'm Kaushal Sengupta.
So this is the first of the fishbowl discussion and we have all selected Pooja Khatwani as our facilitator for this discussion.
Okay, so we shall now start our discussion. So this case is about the plastic bottle company PVC, and we have started working in 90s, and now we are in a position of a profitable. We are making a good profit now, and we have factories in India, Nepal, and 2 in continental Asia. We have a large contracts with all main makers of mineral water, non-alcoholic drinks and household products, but we are still unknown to the general public. We have market of household product division and drink division. So now coming to the main point that we have to discuss here is that we have our head office is in Andheri, but the building is very dull and dirty. The new managing director that had come 2 years back, he promised to do something about it, but we have not started working on it. So the discussion should be about we should have a new head office or not, and if yes, then how
Yes,
should it be?
according to your question, I think yes, head office should be located somewhere which can attract the business, because in the current scenario you should always play according to the situation, or you can show according to the scenario of the current market. Because I just want to put the example of some many sectors are there. Like if you are in the business of IT sector, then you would like to place your company or head office somewhere like if you are in Mumbai, then you will try to put your office in IT sector in Pune. And if you are in the business of automobile, then you will try to put your office in your head office in Aurangabad. Or maybe if you are in the business of footwear, then you will try to put your head office in Kolhapur. So according to the location, you have to think about like where my head office should be. So this is my take.
I would like
Yes.
to answer the very first question, that whether we need a head office or not. I think a head office is very much required, because as we saw in the case, we have large contracts with makers of mineral water and everyone. So if our clients are visiting, the first impression that they would be getting would be from our office. So if we have a dark and dirty office, so maybe that can impact our business. So first of all, yes, we would be needing a head office, and moreover we do not nowhere it's mentioned that we have any budget constraints or anything. We are in a profitable position, so investing in a new head office, that would be a wise decision. Also, second is about the location of the head office. We have a head office which is in Andheri. I think we should keep the location as Mumbai only, because it's very strategically located. We are providing our services to mineral water makers, like we can name Bisleri or Aquafina, which come under Cola and PepsiCo. So we do have their offices in Mumbai. So it will be very easy for the clients to come and have a discussion with us. So
I
think
definitely
that-
agree with Varsha and Ali what they said, that there's a need of a new head office. But what I want to table a point there, that you see there are 15 major competitors in Asia. You see a head office in Mumbai, a place like Pune, Mumbai, needs a huge investment. And you see, if there are millions of investment that will be required to put a new office in Mumbai. If we see there are 15 major competitors, if we put this money in, let's say marketing, or let's say R&D, we have a chance that we can go ahead of the 15 competitors, or we can just deal with them.
So you mean
I
to
take
say
a
like
point.
there
I
is a
completely
need
agree
of
that we should have a head office, but we should also see that there are 15 major companies in Asia, that we should not let them go ahead of us.
But there is many other places from where you can deal this kind of things problem. Like not only Mumbai is the only place from where you can deal with the business. Like Gujarat is also the place where you can make your head office if you are in the bottle industry, bottle making as your in company. Because there is also the facilities of ports and transportation facilities, and you can also run your business from there also. And so I think if as it is mentioned in the problem, like this building was something which was quite old and that is dirty and something which is not very attractive. So some point of time you can lose your market.
Maybe
Friends, I've got a very important
Yes,
point.
sure.
Let's come to the practical scenario. See, the company is the most profitable company. One thing we should note. And it is unknown to the general public. I'll repeat it again. It is unknown to the general public that it has large contracts with the main makers of mineral water, non-alcoholic drinks, and household products. So, and there is a hidden reason that it is operating from the inner suburbs of Mumbai. There might be a reason that it does not want to display to the general public about its relationships with the main suppliers of the mineral water, and that is the reason it is operating from the inner suburbs. So directly shifting the office from the inner suburbs of suburban area of Mumbai to the central Mumbai can be a very devastating factor also for the corporate company, plastic bottle company, because it is now the most profitable company, and it has hidden agendas, as it is written in the case study, that it has got hidden agendas in operating from the suburban areas.
But
So we should.
But
we
I
should pay attention to the location as well, because Andheri is a place which is a commercial hub in Bombay,
yes.
and it is really very good if we build the place we have, if we build a new headquarter over there itself, it will be very beneficial, because Andheri is a commercial hub.
Some point
I'll
of time
table
he is
one
correct.
point.
Actually, he
I'll
is
table one
saying correct,
point
but
here.
not only the one thing is there. We should deal with the current population is there, but also there is many things which we do in the head office, like our strategy which we meet with the discussion with the clients, and as well as we make some corporate things in a head office, and that should be very unique, because we do the marketing things also from head office. So we should be in somewhere that place where we can lead at the level of global level, not only
Maybe what
at
we
particular
can do
place.
is
I'll-
instead of let me
Yeah, I'll
point.
table one point. Just
Instead
one
of-
small
okay,
point. Yeah,
sure.
I'll table one point. The fact is that we should keep an eye on the geographic location of other areas also. We have Nepal, we have Kanpur, we have Bhopal, and we have Dhaka, all on the eastern and the northern areas out here. And we have Ratnagiri in Jamnagar in India and Penang in Malaysia.
Yeah.
That are the outer
Yes.
region of the India.
Exactly.
Because these two are the different geographical locations. So
Yes.
we need to have a position which is strategically
Yeah.
equally distant from both the areas. So
exactly.
we have Mumbai as an area, but we can go on to Bhopal also, because centrally it is located
Exactly.
in India. Okay, so geographical distances should also be maintained, and on
Exactly,
top
that
of
is my
that, we
point.
should
Yeah.
keep on mind also the different sectors that they're targeting on. We have household product, we have drink division. We cannot bring in our area which caters to only one division.
Correct.
I agree to your point, but I'd like to state that we don't have a knowledge that how much funds the firm is willing to spend, or how much funds the firm has the
But-
capability to spend to entirely shift its head office to a new area. So we
But-
must take into consideration this factor also, because
But
top
anyway,
of-
if you're building a new office, even in Mumbai, that would take much more investment than if you're building a new office in any of the places where a factory is already located, like Kanpur, Bhopal would be any day cheaper than building a new office in Mumbai. So there can be two things. One, we can have a new office at a lesser cost. Second, we can have an office where there's a factory. So if the clients visit, they can have the first experience of the factory, how the factory is working.
but the
how
number
it
of
is-
It is
consumers
a-
in Mumbai will be definitely greater than that of the
But
regions
technically
like
speaking,
Bhopal.
we can have one main office
But
in
it is-
Mumbai, probably, if we can do.
yeah,
And
one main office and
What we
can
can
have
do
an
is,
option
what
of
we can
We are
do
only
is,
talking about
you see,
the head office.
we have a office in
But-
Mumbai, you see, and it is dirty and it's not clean. You see, what we can do is we can renovate. We can
Exactly, that is the word.
we can save money from that, and we can also invest in some other future plans.
No,
So
according
renovation
to your
is
suggestion,
something that what I think of right now.
No, here the
Uh,
question of head office is mentioned. Also, they have asked that whether can we find new offices somewhere else. So, like Costa mentioned, we can have one head office where it's easy to access the office, and at the places where we have set up our factory, we can have local offices there.
So according to my suggestion, the head office should remain the same. As my friend has mentioned, we can renovate the head office.
Yes.
We can definitely find new offices somewhere else.
Yes.
I'll
But what I-
welcome the I'll make all of the suggestions.
But I
forward.
think
I'll-
and
I'll-
Varsa
I'll-
also. Okay,
just
sure.
a second.
Yeah, sure.
I'll ask if anybody of you would like to conclude the GD.
Yeah, sure. Actually, what I think that you suggest that the office should be something which should be renovated if it is earlier existing. But if we are going to relocate our office head office location, this is yes, it is also an investment in our business, because some point of time when you are going to make new product, then that is also investment. But this is also an investment which you are doing today. Maybe some point of time you are losing some money, but still for the future point of time you are making some decision which is going to give you a lot of benefits according to the place wise. Like you can say the example.
You have got
what
a
I
very
can say.
valid point, but I'll just like to state that the firm is now the most profitable, and if
So
at
that's-
any chance the firm becomes second or third in occupying the profitable position, it might lose the market share, which definitely it's not willing to
That's
do.
why we are
my
taking the
point.
risk, because they are in profit position.
Yes,
If
so-
we are taking risk just because of this reason, we are in profit, we can make our head office in
And
another
also-
places.
yeah, and
If we
al-
were in a position that we are not getting the profit, and also that's why we cannot think about to invest in somewhere another location. But we are in the zone of profit, so we can invest our money
Friends,
somewhere.
we are
where
neglecting
we
the
can-
condition that besides operating from the suburban area, it is still the most profitable company.
Yeah, so
So there
I
are-
think we are concluding here.
Yeah,
Let's
we conclude
conclude.
here that knowing the our company is in profitable state, and also the location where our headquarters is headquarter is already there. So I think we should renovate our headquarters so that we get the benefits of being in Bombay. And
And in some point
And
of
in-
time, if you are able to get markets more and you
Yes.
are able to get some more markets, so then
In
you
future,
should-
we can plan
Yeah,
to
in future you
definitely we
think
can
about it.
open
Office,
or
yes,
go for
and
new
office,
locations.
Yeah,
yes.
according to
Like
this,
operating
we
from
have
Bhopal,
included.
Nepal.
or maybe somewhere else. Thank you.
Yeah, this is the thing. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Aritra. So I just observed a GD which was being conducted by my friends, participated by my friends. It's on shifting of a head office of a leading plastic bottle company who has its footprints in most of Asia, India, and various parts of Asia. So it was well initiated by Pooja directly into the topic. It was good. Then it was strategically pointed by a couple of persons like Varsha and Akshay, who pointed out the facts that not only we should be looking out for whether to move or not. We should concentrate on the other factors like availability of competitors in a strategic location, and then thinking about the same in that way. Ali pointed out a good point that head office should be in hubs, like we witness head offices of IT industries in Bangalore or Pune or something like that. So that was a good point actually from Ali. Overall it was a well done GD. There were a lot of points. It was good. Kaustav had a very clarifying note, asked a very clarifying question that they have footprints in all across the Asian countries. So they have to strategically find out which location would be suitable for their head office. So that was it, but couple of points maybe you can look upon to change. Ali, you should not be interrupting others in the middle of discussions, and the overall group should let the people who are speaking very less to speak, Kaustav and Alalika in this case. So you should initiate and you should let others speak also. That was what I thought. That's it.
Hi, this is Rajoshi Trivedi. Just to add up some of my observations of the GD. Overall, it was a good GD. Content-wise, it was pretty expansive. First of all, Pooja did a very good job of a facilitator. She initiated the topic pretty well. Varsha, Ankur, Kaustav, Ali all took a pretty good position on an issue, provided relevant comment, and also supported position with evidence and facts. One thing which struck me was that bringing another person into the discussion was totally absent. No one pretty much did that, and that thing could be improved upon. Varsha also asked clarifying questions. Kaustav demonstrated active listening and coming up with his own analysis. However, one improvement which could be observed with Ali, which was pointed out by Aritra as well, is that he needs to strike a fine balance between representing an opposition view and interrupting others, and needs to tone down his dominance to some extent. Besides that, it was a pretty good GD, and that is what I would say. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ritika Dasgupta. Firstly, I would like to congratulate Pooja because she did a fantastic job of facilitator. Apart from that, I think the points covered were really good, but one of the main fallouts of the entire GD session was that they couldn't really come to a conclusion. Like there were a couple of conclusions that were drawn at the end of it, but not one definitive conclusion. Apart from that, I think Kaustav had very valid points, and he always supports his points with facts, which was very good. Varsha put forward a lot of clarifying points as well. And yes, I thought throughout the entire length of the GD that a lot of people were cutting each other, and 5 or 6 people were speaking at the same time at numerous points. So that should be avoided. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Tirtho and I would be commenting on the discussion and analysis part of the first visual GD. So, if we take a look at the case study, we should see what kind of industry the factory is and what kind of headquarters they actually need. Considering that it is already located in a dilapidated building, and they actually have to entertain clients for new contracts as well, and putting into account the fact that they are a pan-Asian organization, they should actually put an image that solidifies that. In that case, I think nobody actually touched upon that point. After that, also the another thing that to mention would be the fact that it doesn't matter whether or not the geographical distance from the different centers of the head office actually matters. You can actually solidify your presence in one city and then control the others from there. In addition to this, I think Ankur also mentioned something like this, taking into account the market position and the conditions there. That would be about it. Otherwise, it was a very well thought out JD, well analyzed. Everybody put forward points that were very relevant.